early, and he didn't do it till late last year. Do you think they need to worry, or not even worry, but think about backup veteran quarterback, or you think they should just go in, hey, Hendon Hooker's our guy, even though he hasn't even had a preseason snap?
Well, I'm hoping that somebody asks him that today, because obviously Teddy Bridgewater has said he's retiring, and we're in the same position we were last year. What are you going to do with that number 2 quarterback spot if Jared Goff were to go down? Now, we were very fortunate. He was the only one that takes snaps this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you can count on that health all season long, even if it's just a second half or a fourth quarter. You need a guy that can go in there and do they believe in what they saw from Hendon Hooker at practice? Are they even able to discern if he'll be good enough to be able to get that done? Because he hasn't had any real live snaps in the NFL.
Right. I mean, so to me, obviously salary cap counts. You don't want to spend a boatload, but I think they still need to.
Well, you have to invest in insurance.
Yes. You have to think about, and like I know what Blau's still technically on the roster and Sudfeld is too, but one of them.
We've gone down that road.
Yeah, I know. Get a good backup quarterback. But
yeah. That's not going to be that's way down the list.
Right. All right. What about kicker?
I think that's right there. You've got to address it. And I don't think it's one. I've seen some people say, well, maybe draft a kicker in the 6th or 7th round. I don't think you want to go into, if you believe, now obviously San Francisco did, but they drafted a kicker high, and he hasn't necessarily been awesome for them.
No.
But they are going to the Super Bowl. I don't know that you want to rely upon a rookie kicker or spend a draft pick on him if you believe you have Super Bowl aspirations.
Yes. I mean, I would take if there's somebody you really like in like the 7th round, yeah, I would take a kicker there. I ain't taking a kicker in the 3rd round like San Francisco did. I mean, it could happen, down the road that Jake Moody becomes a great NFL kicker.
But I think he's going to be really good.
But to me, that's a wasted pick at round 3.
For where the Lions are right now.
Or for any
but that's kind of what I felt about Hendon Hooker last year.
Yeah.
And in the 3rd round, you taking a backup quarterback or a quarterback that isn't going to play. And that was a position, could they have gotten another receiver? Could they have gotten an edge rusher? Could they have gotten a corner that could have helped them this year?
There are 3 really solid veteran kickers available in free agency. Greg Zuerlein is a little old, but look, I mean, this can be a 1 or 2 year deal. He can still kick it.
Mm-hmm.
He made the 57-yarder to send the Rams to the Super Bowl in the controversial game, remember?
Right.
Will Lutz has always been a pretty solid kicker, has a 50-yard leg.
Dan Campbell knows him pretty well.
And then Fairbairn from the
Houston.
Texans. That's who I would go get, but he's probably the one that's going to cost you the most.
Yeah, and
he's been very good.
The other thing is, as much as I say, don't draft a kicker unless it's like the 7th round. Most kickers, you find, at the weirdest play. Look at Dallas's kicker. He was a soccer player.
And that's why, and I was on the Moody bandwagon last year, but after the way he kicked this year, I don't think I'd ever draft a kicker. No, I've kind of changed my I don't know if he's one of the surest things I thought coming out in a long time, and he had some struggles this year. I mean, that was huge, that kick he missed in the game last week. Early in the game.
Right. He missed a game winner against Cleveland.
Yeah, the 41-yarder.
That could have cost them a 1 seed. It didn't, obviously.
But I think you're always going to have some bumps in the road with some rookie kickers.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Jake Moody will become one of the most reliable kickers in the NFL, and he'll be an asset for them. But there were some definite bumps along the way.
Absolutely. I mean, but as you know.
But they were talented enough to be able to overcome some of those.
Right. But as you know, kickers,
they're weird.
Mindsets are right. You said weird. You're right. And so maybe, hopefully it's not true, that, because of his struggles in the rookie year, hopefully he doesn't, screw up in the Super Bowl. You never know how long that stuff stays with people, let alone kickers.
Yeah. I mean, who was the quarterback Tennessee had there before Will Levis? He started the year
Marcus
out.
Mariota?
No. Their
Malik
starter.
Willis.
Tannehill.
Ryan
Tannehill, yes. Name that quarterback.
Yeah.
Tannehill. And we heard about, his missteps in the playoff and how much it has affected the rest of his career and honestly his life.
Yeah.
He was in therapy and is probably still doing that because he can't get over some of the missteps in the playoffs.
Right. I mean, look, some Lion fans are in therapy after what happened last Sunday still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's re-upping the prescription because we've been in therapy for most of us our entire lives.
That's a good point.